When Avatar premiered 13 years ago, it was a CGI wonder that became the highest-grossing film of all time. Sure, it has several plot holes like every movie, but it looks like the sequel will try to correct its predecessor's wrongs. For today's video, we'll let you in on how Avatar 2's long runtime can fix the first movie's biggest flaw. Plus, find out how much the film's budget is this time. So keep watching today's video for more. James Cameron should take advantage of the fact that Avatar 2 will be longer than 3 hours by using that time to compensate for a wasted chance from the first film. Avatar: The Way of Water, James Cameron's widely awaited sequel, is expected to stretch well over 3 hours, and it can use this length to address Avatar's major flaw. Thanks to the utilization of cutting-edge motion capture methods that brought the fictitious Na'vi and their planet Pandora to life, the 2009 release of Avatar set new standards in the visual arena. Despite the spectacular movie James Cameron made, Avatar's legacy has been called into doubt. According to reviewers, the film focuses mostly on style rather than content, and his characters and plot are mainly forgotten. The length of Avatar: The Way of Water should be used to address Avatar's main flaw by giving the story and characters considerably more depth. The good news is that James Cameron recently said in an interview with Games Radar that the major goal of Avatar 2's 3-hour 10-minute running length is to create a captivating tale that is driven by characters, relationships, and emotions. It's comforting to know that Avatar: The Way of Water will take steps to make up for the fact that, according to Cameron's admission, the storyline wasn't always the main focus of the visually stunning Avatar. For starters, Avatar 2 should give more attention to its characters. Long run times aren't for everyone, and recent cinema history has only served to confirm this. However, it will be worthwhile if Avatar: The Way of Water uses those extra minutes to develop richer, more complex characters rather than just showcasing Avatar 2's visual splendor. Since Jake, played by Sam Worthington, has been living with Neytiri, played by Zoe Saldana, and has established a family with her since the events of Avatar, Avatar 2 gets the chance to delve further into Jake's adjustment to life as a Na'vi. By taking the time to comprehend what Jake's new life and family mean, the eventual violent confrontation with Stephen Lang's resurrected Colonel Quaritch, who will need to be clearly explained, will have a more emotional impact. Similarly, Metkayina's debut requires more than simply an underwater show. If audiences are expected to sit through a movie this length, Cameron must create the Metkayina, a community they can root for. Long movies are nothing new for director James Cameron, who has shown that he can develop compelling characters that persist decades later. Although Titanic is 195 minutes long, director James Cameron kept audiences' attention by highlighting the socially unconventional connection between Jack and Rose. By combining its breathtaking visual action with a realistic, relatable love narrative between Jake and Neytiri, Avatar: The Way of Water can benefit from Titanic's success. Although the long runtime for Avatar 2 could address these issues, there's also a chance that this long runtime could backfire. James Cameron has stated that Avatar 2 needs a longer runtime since new faces will be added, such as Kate Winslet and Cliff Curtis joining the original cast as members of the Metkayina tribe. This is in addition to continuing to develop the existing characters from Avatar. That could be a warning sign because The Way of the Water will have to spend a significant amount of time introducing new Avatar characters rather than developing a rich plot with the humans and Na'vi previously established in the Avatar franchise. As a result, Avatar: The Way of Water may end up being bloated rather than the tightly wound, character-focused tale James Cameron had promised. But for the record, there's a reason why Avatar 2 has a long runtime, according to director James Cameron. According to James Cameron, Avatar: The Way of the Water is nearly 3 hours long because it spends more time telling the stories of its characters. Avatar: The Way of Water's prolonged runtime of more than 3 hours was addressed by Cameron in an interview with Games Radar, who said that the new sequel's plot required a longer length to explore the cast. While Cameron has refrained from giving away the plot of Avatar 2, he did say that the sequel focuses more on character development than the first movie, with both the returning cast and the new cast members needing more time to fully realize. The goal is to tell an extremely compelling story emotionally. I would say the emphasis in the new film is more on character, more on the story, more on relationships, more on emotion, Cameron explained. We didn't spend as much time on relationship and emotion in the first film as we do in the second film, and as a longer film because there are more characters to service. There's more story to service. Hearing all this, Avatar 2 sounds promising now more than ever. Avatar: The Way of Water's length, at least 20 minutes longer than the 2009 original's 2 hours and 42 minutes, has prompted many prospective viewers to debate whether they would go to the theater to see the sequel. Cameron has previously defended the film's length in light of the audience's evolving watching preferences, but his most recent statement might help some viewers recognize the value of Avatar: The Way of Water beyond its groundbreaking special effects. The sequel promises not to be a simple remake of the original movie, but rather to extend the universe in new ways, with the longer duration promising to help fully explore its narrative. Jake and Neytiri are returning with their children, and a new region of Pandora exists to explore. There is still a lot of pressure on Avatar: The Way of Water regarding the franchise's prospective future, despite its lengthy runtime promising a potential in-depth investigation of its cast. Although 3 more Avatar movies are planned for release between now and 2028, the second movie's expected box office performance makes it difficult to predict whether the series will continue to be profitable when such a long time has passed between releases. Despite the uncertainty, Cameron has stated that the plot for the third movie could be changed to serve as the franchise's proper conclusion, should the second movie's box office failure force the cancellation of Avatar 4 and Avatar 5. Avatar was a box office success when it was first released, but many have questioned if Cameron's sci-fi universe could succeed again with Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar has received a lot of criticism in recent years regarding whether the franchise's characters and story have stood the test of time and remain memorable, leaving many to wonder if there was any interest in seeing this story continue. However, the original film's breathtaking visuals created a world that captivated audiences. Although the exact length of Avatar 2 is yet unknown, Cameron's assurances that the sequel will focus more on its characters in its narrative may help it avoid similar accusations, solidify its place in popular culture, and engage viewers with an engaging story. Moving forward, let's talk about the film's budget. We know using CGI is not cheap, so we're guessing this sequel may have quite the sum for it to push through. Avatar looked expensive and still does. That much is certain. James Cameron pioneered 3D filmmaking to create the ultimate spectacle and up the ante on visual effects. Even today, the final movie is amazing. Avengers: Endgame briefly held the title before the MCU took its position thanks to a Chinese re-release, although it is still by far the highest grossing film of all time. Some people may be curious about how much Avatar 2 cost and whether it was more expensive than the original film, given that the sequel is soon to be released in theaters. So which one is more expensive, Avatar 2 or its predecessor? With a $250 million budget, Avatar 2 was one of the most costly films ever produced. The aggregate budget on Avatar: The Way of Water and its 3 planned sequels, 2 of which may never be made if the first 2 are box office duds, as director James Cameron has warned, is $1 billion. Lachlan Murdoch, the heir to Fox Media, has stated that these will be the most expensive films ever made. Of course, that does not account for marketing expenses, which will cause the total to increase much more. So, is Avatar 2's budget much higher than the first film? Yes and no. Its production costs are higher than those of the original Avatar, but the expense of marketing and repeat viewings made the first Avatar more expensive overall. More specifically, according to The Wrap, Avatar 2 cost $250 million before marketing expenses, while Avatar cost $237 million plus an additional $150 million for advertising. With that, we're ending today's video about Avatar 2. Are you excited to see the film? You can watch it as soon as it hits theaters on December 16th. Let us know what you hope to see in this upcoming sequel. Thanks for watching today's video, and before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. See you next time!